Believe it or not, as a 20-year lawyer, I can tell you that the scariest part of a lawsuit isn't the courtroom, and it's not the judge. It's the conference room. And what happens there can destroy your business before you ever see a judge. I'm Karam, the battle-tested lawyer. I've spent 20 years litigating cases. I've conducted depositions in state and federal courts against individuals, corporations, governments, cops, agencies, you name it. I've sat on both sides of the table. So in this video, I'm gonna explain to you what a deposition actually is and why it's much more dangerous than trial and how it could destroy you as a business owner overnight. And by the end, you'll understand why the defense that you build today determines whether or not you're gonna survive that deposition tomorrow. So let's go. This is Danger Zone 8, the courts, the place where you never wanna go. Let me paint the picture for you. We're in a big conference room, long table, binders stacked on one and the other, court reporter in the corner, your lawyer next to you, and across from you, a lawyer like me who spent the last year and a half studying your business, every email, every contract, every text message. They know your business much better than you, trust me, and they've prepared for hours. For the next 7 hours, you're going to get asked questions under oath, on the record. That's what it's called. That's a deposition, sworn testimony, just like court, but no judge, no jury, just you answering questions while a court reporter types up every word, and that's the gospel. By the time you're in that room, both sides have been building towards this moment for months, even years. Nasty letters, motions, legal bills, stress, anxiety, and now everybody's face to face in the same room. The tension is combustible. You're in the same room with people you're litigating against, and you hate them. There's no sheriffs in the room, there's no judges, and that's why depositions are more dangerous. There's 3 reasons. Number 1, there's no judge to protect you. At trial, improper questions, the judge can shut that down through objections. At a deposition, there's no judge. Your lawyer can't object. You really have to answer all the questions. The objections are just for the record. You can only object to like 1 or 2 things on the record, but you still have to answer them or you get into trouble. Number 2, depositions can go on for hours about irrelevant things. Trial examination, much less. A judge won't let it. Depositions could be up to 8 hours a day. The opposing lawyer can ask about anything, and literally from decades ago, circle back to the same question 15 different ways. They're not looking for the truth. They're looking for contradictions. They're looking to get you angry. They're looking to see how you react. They're fishing. They're looking for alter ego information. They can ask so many broad questions and get so intrusive about your business and personal life. And that's completely opposite from trial, where a judge will only let you ask relevant questions and they'll take control of the questioning, right? And number 3, you really can't refuse. You can't refuse to answer. And if you do, they're gonna stop the deposition, call the judge, file a motion to compel, judge orders you to answer, still refuse, you'll be held in contempt, you'll get sanctioned, judgment against you, and the judge is gonna hate you. You can't hide. The deposition is designed to extract information. I always try to depose people first. It usually ends litigation the quickest. I don't know why you wait to the end, because a deposition is the most dangerous thing you can do in discovery, and most of the time, nobody's prepared for them. When I mean nobody's prepared, I mean you, the business owner. You have no idea how to prepare for a deposition, but I do. So when you walk into that deposition, the lawyer across from you, like I said, has been prepared for months, even maybe years. They've reviewed every single document. They've read your emails, your texts, your social media. They've deposed your employees, your partners, your vendors. They know literally everything about you and more. They've got binders with tabs for every topic. I used to. They knew your business structure, your revenue, your relationships. They have a plan on how they're gonna attack you. I know I did. I always used inversion. How would I destroy you? And I studied everything about your business. I've seen so many different businesses and I know how to pick them apart. And you, right? You lived all the things that I've spent the last year studying, but you didn't study it. You can't remember what you said in that email 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You can't recall the exact terms of the verbal agreement. You're not sure when you filed that amendment. You don't remember why you paid that expense out of your business account, but they know. They have the documents and they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to walk into every inconsistency, every gap, everything that doesn't add up. And that's the asymmetry, as I like to say it. They're prepared. You just show up. I studied businesses and how to destroy them. And that's why I can tell you how to protect yourself. So if this is hitting home, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, Drop a comment. Tell me if you've ever been in a deposition. I'd love to hear about it. So one of the first depositions I ever conducted, I was 25. I'm sitting across the table from a defendant in a heated case. We had months of nasty letters, motions, you name it. I hated the lawyer across the table. He was an older lawyer. He was unethical. I knew this because I called the judge that I used to work for, and he told me to watch out for this attorney. So we're in the conference room. The stenographer is in the corner. They type up what happens. Everybody's on eggshells. We hate each other. And finally, now we're face to face, and the two defendants are a father and son. Now I'm questioning the father. He doesn't like the questions. He doesn't like to be challenged. And then it happens. His son stands up and threatens me, threatens to kick my ass. And I had my glasses on, I kind of gave him a little wink. I smirked like I didn't give a shit. I'm 25, I had never experienced anything like that. Nobody told me that this would happen in deposition. I almost found it funny. And then I realized, and I knew something that he didn't, that everything that happened in this little room could be used against you. So here's where it got interesting. So I went on the record and I said that the defendant's son was in the room across the table from me, got up and threatened me, and I'm not gonna tolerate this behavior. I'm gonna call the police, file a police report if this continues to happen, etc. And his attorney actually went on the record and said that this never happened, that it just totally was made up. I made it up. He was sitting in the room and he saw everything, and this event completely didn't happen. So when we finally got the transcript, I looked at the transcript to make sure that the event was documented so I can call out this lawyer for being a liar. And then I realized that the transcript was inaudible, which happens a lot because there was a commotion. The stenographer wasn't able to take down the threat that was made against me. And then I remembered that my judge said that this lawyer was so unethical. So I was smart. I called the stenographer's office. They're an independent, neutral court reporter. And I had her sign an affidavit confirming that the defendant had actually threatened me during the deposition, that she had heard it, that she had heard a threat, that it really happened, and that the only reason why it wasn't on the transcript was because there was a commotion and it was too intense to capture. So what does that affidavit do? It proved that there was a threat and it completely rebutted the other attorney. It made him look like a complete liar because she was an independent third party, not involved at all in the case. Actually, their firm hired her. So we used that affidavit as leverage for the rest of the case. I would accidentally slip it into the fax machine when I would send it over to the attorney's office, or sometimes I would attach it to motions, send it to the court as an exhibit, and then say it was an accident, right? We had the receipt, and we made that attorney look like such a cheating, lying scumbag because he was, but also because we knew how to use the court reporter and we were pretty crafty about it. But the point of the story is this: in a deposition, anything can happen, and any lawyer can basically become a scumbag. And if you're in a deposition, like I was with my client who was a small business owner, who was an entrepreneur, he lost even though we won the case. Because you always lose money, you always lose time, you always lose time away from business, you always lose in your personal relationship, because it's all about staying out of court. That's the point. And that's why you gotta play defense. And that's why defense wins championships. And most entrepreneurs, they think litigation is what they see on TV. Objection, sustain, case closed. It's not. It's about conference rooms. It's about documents. It's about hours of testimony where one wrong word costs you everything. Lawyers lying about what happened, hoping nobody documents it. So by the time you're in that deposition chair, it's too late. It's too toxic. You hate it. You spent so much money. It's too late to fix your contract, too late to clean up your records, too late to register your trademark. It's too late to structure your LLC. It's too late to be compliant. The deposition exposes everything you didn't do beforehand. And that's why defense comes first. That's why defense wins championships. When you're sitting across from a lawyer who spent a year preparing to destroy you, the only thing protecting you is the foundation that you built before the lawsuit was filed. And it doesn't matter if you hire the most expensive lawyer in the world to help you out in a deposition, because nobody can help you in a deposition. It's one of the most uncomfortable experiences in the world. Drop a comment if you've been through one. I'd love to hear about it. And don't forget that your own attorney's probably billing you $5,000 for that deposition at least a day. That's how expensive they are. And then don't forget, you gotta pay for the transcript and the stenographer. And remember that conference room. Remember that long table, the binders, the court reporter, all those expensive, the lawyer who's been studying your life and business for a year. That defendant who threatened me, remember, they lost. So don't be that guy. If this opened your eyes, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment. If you've ever been in a deposition or in litigation, I'd love to hear it. And don't forget Take the free risk report. It's literally 5 minutes. It'll show you exactly where someone like me would attack you across all 7 legal danger zones and across the 5 enemies that we all face in business. The time to prepare isn't when you're in that conference room getting deposed. It's now. Trust me. The link's in the description below. This isn't to scare you. It's really to help you. I'm Karam Nahas, the battle-tested lawyer. Remember, defense will always win you championships, so make sure you get legally bulletproof.